So one of the things that we wanted to talk to you guys about was how your foot interacts with the rest of your body and how your foot can determine your spinal position, your knee position, and everything above stream of that spot. One of the common errors that we see here in the weight room is overpronation, which is where the foot falls in here like so. It creates something called a valgus knee movement. So a lot of the mechanic for your inner knee injuries right here is done from this foot overpronating. A little bit more of a common problem that we witness, though, is someone trying to fight overpronation by creating a stability that reduces the range of motion at the foot and creates what we call a faux arch or a fake arch. Typically what you'll see people do here is the feet will grip the ground really hard, and it's very similar to if I grab something really hard with my hands and try to go up overhead. It's just really tough to do, and it really reduces the range of motion that I can express in my shoulder. So what we'll see is, with our example here pretty soon, is this foot will grip up and it'll reduce the motion at the hips. So what that will look like is this. I grip the ground with my feet, I go to move, and my hips really are fighting me, sinking back into them as I lower into what we call a hip hinge pattern right there. What we want to do is actually create a very silent foot or a relaxed foot that allows for my hips to just kind of fall into place. And if I do so, giving my body this full expression of range of motion at the foot, my joints will acclimate and wind up in a better position to perform. So here we have Susan, who's going to go into a single leg RDL pattern. You can notice as she goes down, her foot grips up and her weight shifts anteriorly or towards the front of her foot. You can see her knee come over her toes right here, and notice as she goes into the single leg RDL, she has a slight bit of flexion in her lower back. We cued her to breathe diaphragmatically and then relax her foot, which enables her to sink back into her hip. Notice how instead of her foot pumping the brakes on her hip flexion, her relaxed foot allows her weight to shift posteriorly and load her into her hip instead of her back.